Watch and burn.
Hey everyone. So today I want to discuss a really good movie with Charlie Sheen from, I believe, 93, I think this movie came out. Around there, 92, 93. And it's a little known movie, like I said, starring Charlie Sheen, called Beyond the Law. Now, I remember my buddy making a big deal about this movie back when it came out because somehow he'd heard about it. And you have to understand that at this point, the internet wasn't really a thing yet. And so for him to hear about this really small movie starring Charlie Sheen, who at this point had long passed his best before date, looking back on that one, I don't understand how he would have heard about it. But nonetheless, we were up at Wonder Video, it was the video store that we lived and died at in Pickering. And he was like, oh shit, there's Beyond the Law, that's out. And he was like, I heard this is really good. It's this biker movie where Charlie Sheen goes undercover, he plays a cop, and he infiltrates this bike gang. And so we rented it, and if memory serves, that was the night too that I decided to, they had those old video stores used to have like the gumball machines. You toss a quarter in, you get a gumball. But if you got the gumball wrapped in foil, you got a free rental. Well, I got a free rental and I saved it. I didn't use it that night, which was a massive feat for me because back then I was pretty impulsive. I probably wanted to rent something, but then I was like, no, you know what? I'm going to save this. I'm going to maturinate. I'm going to become an adult, and I'm going to save it, and I'm going to use it later on because I know I didn't rent anything that night. But anyways, yeah, so what this tells the story of course, is Charlie Sheen. He plays a cop who is tasked with going undercover and who is attempting to infiltrate the outlaw biker world because, he needs to buy guns, he needs to buy drugs, and he needs to buy every illegal thing that they're selling in order so that him and his team can build a case so that they can go in and create some sort of mass blanket arrest at the end of the movie and get them all. And he ends up joining or attempting to join a group called the Jackals. Now, I don't know if the Jackals are real or not. I have no idea. And he befriends the head of the Jackals, played by Michael Madsen, a guy by the name of Blood. And the movie goes on, and of course, he's getting tighter and tighter with him. And Charlie Sheen, see, his character, he grew up abused by his uncle, who was a police officer. His uncle used to drive him out to this sort of bomb shelter type place in the middle of nowhere and handcuff him to a chair and beat the shit out of him. And you see this through a number of flashbacks that Charlie Sheen's character has while he's sleeping and whatnot. He wakes up in a cold sweat. And he ends up getting free of his uncle's handcuffs back when he's a kid, and he ends up shooting his uncle with his uncle's gun somehow. And this has had a really traumatic effect on Charlie Sheen, of course. And throughout the course of the movie, of course, he meets Renee, and she is this photographer who has been allowed by the Jackals to sort of get into their world in order to, I think she's writing a book about bikers. So she's in there taking a million pictures. But see, the thing is, Renee knows that Charlie Sheen he's not a biker, that he's a cop, because she met him back when he was a cop, because if I'm not mistaken, he pulls her over. And so she's all like, don't worry, I'm not going to say shit. So they end up getting all romantically involved. Of course, she's the love interest. And I got to say, that's my only real criticism of this movie. Even though they had chemistry, I just found that Sheen and who played Linda Fiorentino? I can't remember her name. Doesn't matter. Charlie Sheen's character and Renee, they've got chemistry, but I did kind of get the vibe that when they were acting together in whatever scenes they were in, they were just strictly acting. But anyways, yeah, I mean, this movie ends with Charlie Sheen being involved in an armed robbery where Blood and Oatmeal and a couple of the other Jackals are robbing this convenience store. And there is a particularly brutal killing at the end. It's just a shooting, it's completely clean, but the girl who's working at the convenience store that they're going to rob, the way that Michael Madsen shoots her and the way that she is projected backwards as the result of the impact from the bullet and how the blood hits the wall, it's really impactful. It has a lot of weight. And it hits really hard. And I love it when movies like this movie has kind of that Saturday afternoon, almost made for TV vibe. So it's kind of fun, and despite the more serious subject matter, there is that bouncy sense of play. But then with the shooting at the end, everything becomes so drop dead serious. And the movie turns really, really ugly. And there's even a twist, sort of, at the end of the movie when it's revealed that everything that you just saw in the movie happened. And that Dan, his character, Charlie Sheen's character, he like appeared in the movie as an extra, in addition, of course, to having actually done this and taken down the Jackals and Blood, who's serving, I believe, 3 consecutive life sentences. Now, again, I don't know how factual the biker characters were. I thought the wedding at the start was really funny. Blood's marrying a couple of his people off, and the Bible is a Harley manual. But I did love how it was revealed that this was a true story, because what Charlie Sheen's character goes through is quite a bit. Like, he goes through hell in order to take these guys down. So it's incredibly cool that it turned out to be true. But yeah, I mean, this movie's been pretty much fully forgotten. Asphalt Ballet are featured on the score, on the soundtrack, I think at least once, with Soul Survive. I fucking love that song. I've loved that song since I was a kid. I always felt bad for Asphalt Ballet. They came this close to achieving that, like, their shot at, like, Guns N' Roses fame and fortune. But then fucking Cobain and Nirvana happened, and their label was like, if you guys can't write grunge songs, we gotta drop you. And that was kind of it for Asphalt Ballet. But yeah, look, doesn't matter. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for almost 7 minutes while I discussed the absolutely awesome Charlie Sheen vehicle, Beyond the Law, from 1992 or 1993, somewhere around there. Like always, if you like this review or whatever the fuck this was, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But most importantly, please don't forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. And I am gonna go. I'll talk to you guys soon. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.